Hi guys, welcome to today's live show with Nakuto. My name is Ryan and I'll be your host for today. And today we're going to show you how the tips how to solve your e-bike problem. So if you have any questions or worries you faced while riding e-bike, or if there's something wrong with the controller, the brake, or anything, please be free to leave on the comment sections and we can tell you how to solve your problems by step diagnosis, and you can find out the way that to fix your problems. And this is our new series of our e-bike, and there are some special discount just only for the live show only, and we can give you 10% discount if you're very interested in this brand new e-bike. And this is a new series, we call it F2. So if you have any interested, you wanted to know more about it, and we will later show it to you in the end. And first, I'm gonna start with some basic question that we received from the customers. So the first questions we received is, the e-bike has no power. Some customers have replied to us that their e-bike suddenly lost their powers, but the battery is full. So there's something that you should do. First, check if necessary, if you literally turn on the batteries, because some of the customers, they they have no idea if the battery was turned on very successfully, so they don't know if the battery is on, and they start their e-bike. Of course, there's no power for the e-bike. So first thing, always check if the battery is turned on. And the second, check the power buttons. And of course, we have the power buttons on our F2 right now, but some other cases in our other e-bike, we use key to turn on our e-bike. So you need to check if the key was successfully turned on or the button was on, something like this. And third, check the red and black power lines inside the controller, because you can see this is the batteries right here, and underneath the batteries there's the controllers. So you need to pull it out, and you need to pull out the controllers, which we have the instructions of how to taking out the controllers. So you can grab it out and you can check the black and red wires and to see if they're connected very closely, tightly. So if anything was loosened, so you need to reconnect and to see if the problem was solved. And the last, you use the multimeter to check the voltage of the battery, because some cases when the battery gets too old or there's some problem with the settings, you need to use this multimeter to check the voltage of the battery. So if the voltage gets too low, there might be not able to power your e-bike very successfully. So this is something that you need to do if you want to solve your e-bike problems that with no powers. So this is all the ways that we need to do to check if the e-bike lost their powers. And the second question we received from the customer is the motor malfunctions but at the same time the front light is fine. That's the cases. Some people telling us that their front light just got their front light is fine. You can turn on the front light, but there's something wrong with the motors. For example, if the motor has a noise sound, there are very clicking sounds, you need to change the motor if you hear any of this. And of course, you also need to check the connection between the motors and the controllers. You need to check the linkage between these two things, and if everything is fine, which means there's something wrong with the motor. And in this case, we would suggest you to change your motors to the new ones. And we also have the instructions on our YouTube channels, and you can check and you can see the instructions on how to solving these problems. And the third questions we receive from the customer is the display error, which is the most common question we received ever, because some people will just come to me and come to us and say, there's something wrong with my display, and it shows E10, E8, E7, and E6 on their screens. These are the most common 4 errors we receive from customers. And of course, this is something that's very easy to know. So I'm going to explain to you one by one. First, I'm going to introduce you when the E10 shows up, how to solve it. So the E10, if E10 shows up, you need to check all the power lines connected to the e-bike, because E10 is a very comprehensive error code, which means there's something wrong with almost every part. So you need to check the connections. For the pedal assist first, we need to check the pedal assist first, because when the E10 shows up, there's something wrong with the power lines right here. So if you check the pedal assist lines and the problem is still there, so you need to change. You probably need to change the display itself if the E10 still shows up, because if the connection was well, it's fine. So there's something wrong with the display itself. But if you change the display and then you also check the pedal assist linkage, and the problem is still there, that's when we lead to the final questions. You need to change the motors, because E10 first is about the pedal assist lines, and the second is about the display itself, and the last, if there's anything was fine with it, and you probably need to change the motors for the best. And the second, we're gonna show you, and we're gonna explain to you, when the E8 shows up, what should you do? So E8 is you need to check the throttle itself. It's broken there, so no choice, but you need to change it. So E8 is a very simple error code. It was directly indicated you need to change your throttles for the best. And the throttle, we have no ways to fix it, but you need to buy a new one and put it on, which we also have instructions on our YouTube, so you're free to check it out, and you're free to buy yourself and assembly by yourself. It is very easy way to do. And for the E7, if E7 shows up, which means something wrong with the motor, so you need to check. Also, we do everything first. You need to check the motor lines first, and then you need to reconnect it if it is not, and you probably need to change the motor with the back wheel if everything you have done with the lines. So the last steps is always change. There's no way we can do, but before we change, we also need to check if the line was good, if the connection was fine, everything we checked. Then if there's problem still not solved, then you need to probably change for a new one. And for E6, if E6 shows up, means your battery is at a very low voltage. You need to check the fuse inside the batteries, because maybe the fuse was burned out, and if it's not a fuse problem, maybe the battery has something else that need to be fixed. So you definitely can use our warranty service and change the batteries and get a new ones. As for the fuse inside the battery, we also have the instructions on our YouTube channels. You are free to check it out, our YouTube channel, Necto e-bike, and you can see everything you need was put on the YouTube channels, including the fuse change. And the last problem we receive from the customers is the power off from time to time, because we have so many people telling me that what's going on? I was riding on the road and suddenly the pedal assist stopped powering my bike. So what's that gonna do? First, you need to check if you turn off the power and you turn on to see if the problem is still there. Reset is always the thing that you will do if something wrong happens. And if the problem is still there, maybe it's the connection for the controller is not well connected. The connection between your e-bike and your motor, the powers and the bike, their linkage is broken. So you probably need to check if there's something wrong with it between these two things. So if anything happens that can infect your abilities on road. And if you check all the things and the problem is still there, you turn on and turn off the e-bike, and you do everything you can to check the linkage between the connection between the motors and the controllers and for the bike. And there's only the way you can do is to change the new motors. There's nothing we can do for it. And the last, if the front fork band, which needs to be replaced if something wrong with it. So these are the most common questions we receive from the customers, and these are the ways that we wanting to tell you guys if there's something wrong with it that happened. And basically, that's almost the most common thing. If you have any else question that needs to be saved or you are willing to share with us, you're free to tell us on the comment section, or you can just send us emails or direct message to us, and we will reply to you as soon as possible. And we're eager and willing to help you solve every e-bike problem you faced. And as for the F2, it's been in front of me for a really, really long time since I have been introducing the ways to solve problems. F2 is our new series, and we're coming out with F4 and F6 as well. And it's very gorgeous and very stunning. So, of course, F2 is very stunning too. And these are new collections of our new e-bike. And of course, it has the most best outlookings we have ever had. It's a motorcycle looks, and the style is so classic. The black, the leather seat, and this fork and the front and back shock absorbers as well. And we have the powerful batteries, and we also add special buttons to the battery this time. We add a special button just for you to turn on while riding so that it can best protect your batteries from losing powers. So it is the most safer way for us to do. And we also use this power to protect a power button to protect the battery from losing more powers while charging. So we need to turn it off before we charge the batteries. And then we also add a power displays right on the top of the batteries. You can easily buy one press, and you can check how much battery you left from it. And it sells $199 at our website, and it's the back to school seasons as well. And we also have a lot of e-bikes are on sales, which can save you up to $300 off. And today at our live show, we are providing you with 10% off discount with this e-bike only, and for our audience only. So there's something that I wanted to share with you is this 10% off discount for you. It can easily get you off by $100, guys. And for the e-bike, we also add a very powerful motor to it this time. We have the peak power of 750 watts motors, and we also make our displays in a very colorful way. The energy bar, the pedal assist, the range, you can definitely indicate you everything you wanted to know while riding. And we're considering even add a GPS to our things because it's much safer ways for us to ride while we can know our locations at any time. And we also have a lot of things that we wanted to share with you with our other new e-bike, but it's a secret right now, so we cannot tell you more about the details. But we can definitely assure you F4 and the coming out F6 is a very, very gorgeous thing. This first look I saw it, I definitely fell in love with it. And these are the things that we're going to talk about in the future. So also at these live shows, we're going to introduce you our new e-bike F4 and F6. And this time we have our first guest, F2. F2, which we are on the back to school seasons, and we already taken down $100 for the new ones. It only sells $1,099 at our website necto.com. And we are giving you a special discount for 10% off on our live show today, and we can definitely save you a lot of money. And we are only offering to our live show audience only. So if you have any interest in it, you're free to check it out. And we also add a very comfortable seat, best suitable for two people, and the colorful display that can best show you the details you need to know on the road. And then we have the thumb throttles, and we have the Shimano speed shifters that it can definitely change your views on e-bike. We can provide you with the most powerful thing that you have ever seen on the e-bike, and this babies is almost the most stunning ones we have ever had. And just like we are other e-bikes such as Santa Monica and Folding Ox, even though F2 can fold or it can be as silver as Santa Monica, it definitely outwins by its classic black colors and its best styles. you can definitely you bend over yourself, you grab the throttle with two hands, and you're you'll be very attractive on road. And these are the things that we wanted to tell you about F2. And for the late night ridings, we can also consider about this kind of situation. So we add our most big front light for you. And there is a video, official video about F2. We're also considering of putting it out in the future times. And we already shoot the videos. And I personally have saw it and I definitely love it. It was very technical and it's very exciting and very adventurous and it's also very family suitable. It's very warm. It just give me the vibe of this. And of course, this is also first time we're considering of putting one more persons on the ride. And as you can see, this leather seat very comfortable and it can definitely suit for two people, probably you and your wife or you and your kids. The kids can use their arm and surround you with their arms, and you're just can be very enjoyable under the sunlight, probably. And we also considering about the safety, so we add a front and back shock absorber as well at this time, and we also added the batteries to be have a powered display buttons so you can check the battery, how many battery are there anytime you want. And we're only selling it at $1,099 at our website, and we can definitely offer you 10% discount if you are very interested in our live show today. So if there's anything you wanted to know, you're free to type on the comment section, and we can definitely help you solve a lot of problems. Yeah, I have Necto Mini Cruiser as well at our live show today. I want to get this one next for F2. It's very nice. Yes, I know. And F2, I can give you 10% discount. We can send you the links about our F2 if you wanted to see more about it. And you can, if you wanted to know more or you want to see more closer at our F2, we can do that too if you're very interested in. As we wanted to offer you the best service we have. So if there's something wrong with your e-bike, you are also free to type on the comment section and we can answer your problems. Now we send you the code that you can get 10% off on our website. Let me type it for you. And if you wanted to know more about this F2, I can definitely bring a closer look on our e-bike. If you wanted to know more about this, and if there's anything wrong with your e-bike, you'll also be free to tell us, and we can definitely show you the ways to solve it, such as the brake problems, the display problems, and we are working more hard on the after sales service, and that's why we're here today. We're here to help you solve your problems while riding. So if there's anything you wanted to know, you can type on the comment sections. And if you want to get a more closer look on F2, you'll also be free to tell us. And we can offer you 10% discount, which we will put it out later. And you can use this discount and get extra 10% off from F2 if you're very interested in. I personally love these motorcycle looks because you can imagine yourself bend over and hold the throttles on the road. And I think I was very attractive to it. I saw it was definitely every boy's dream, right? And the batteries, we also add power buttons to protect your battery from losing more powers while riding. And the front and back shock absorbers can provide you with the most steady experience on road. I I have tested this e-bike before, and when I was on road, I rode it down to from a stairs, and I think it's definitely very steady, and it's not giving me very bumpy feel. So that's why we consider this seat can fit two people, and we also test it with two people. They are also considering it's basically it has no large um, frictions. And if you want to have a more closer look, we can give you an overview of this e-bike if you're willing to. Now, let me just do it. You can see that the texture of this. Yeah, thank you for your kindness, and of course you'll be free to use the code after you go home. And if there's anything wrong with your e-bike after you receive, or if there's anything more you wanted to know about the detail of F2, we can show you right here to make sure that you're have 100% understanding of this e-bike's whole news if you wanted to know more about it. You can see the textures are very good. And the dual disc brake right here, and the shock absorber. This is the front shock absorbers, and that's the back. And the light, biggest as my hand, as you can see. And if you wanted to know more about and you want to get more information, except today's live shows, we're also putting out more information on our Facebook website as well. You can just easily find us on Facebook by searching Necto e-bike USA, and we can show you. And this is our Facebook names, and you can type on it and you can find us. And there we can give you the most fastest response to the questions you put out. And as I have mentioned it at our early times, I have introduced you when some problems we receive from the customers. And if you wanted to know more about, and we can definitely show you. We have received questions about, let me just reintroduce to you. Let me take a close look at this. The e-bike, no problem, no powers. This is the first questions, and the motor malfunction and display error code, and the power off from time to time. And these are the most common thing question we receive from the customers. And if you wanted to know more about this, those steps, the ways, I can definitely introduce you once more. But if you are not facing these questions this time, this video will be saved after this live show was over, and we will definitely add this live show to put on our YouTube channel for these commonly seen questions, and you can definitely check it out anytime you want. And for F2, we're putting out 10% discount only at today's live show today. And if you wanted to know more about this, you can type on the comment section and we can definitely show you. And today, it's the last day of our back to school sales, and we are putting out 300 more discounts off. So if you are very interested in, you can definitely check our necto.com, and you can see what kind of e-bikes are on sales and you can purchase for your kids. Because we have a lot of e-bikes that are very suitable for kids because they are small and they are foldable. For example, we have Skylark, and we have Floating Ox, and we also have ponies, which is very small e-bike that is very definitely suited for kids to ride if your kids wanted to go out to school with a more faster speed, but also comes very clean powers, electricities. So these are the things that you wanted to know before you wanted to buy our e-bike. And the discount today we're putting out is only for F2, 10% off, of course. And if you wanted to know more about it, and we are also arrange some new sales next month. And the certain types of e-bikes will be put on sales, but I'm not sure which are they, so I cannot put out more information about it. But I can definitely assure you our sales can be the best for you, can make a bike very affordable for everyone, because that's what we do. We're trying to bring everyone an e-bike, because e-bikes are very trending right now, and there's a lot of e-bikes that are very expensive, $2,000, $3,000, or even yesterday I just saw an e-bike that put on a $10,000 for one. I personally think, which kind of person would buy $10,000 for an e-bike? So for me, I would definitely choose to buy a 1,000 e-bike just for the replace of normal bike, because normal bike is just very, very energy consuming and nothing else. We just had a very technical problems, and we have just solved it. And basically that's the end of today's live show. So if you have anything else that you wanted to know, please hurry to type on the comment sections. And if you anything you wanted to know more about F2, you'll also be free to telling us, and we can definitely show you. And if there's no more questions putting out, we're going to end this live show very soon, and we will put on our next live show on the every 3 times a week, and we will definitely send you emails about it and telling you we are going to own live show and what's the topic of today's live show, and you can definitely check it out anytime you want. If there's topic you are very interested in, you'll also be free to sending us emails, and we will consider your advice, and we can totally arrange a special live show just made it for you. And thank you for watching, and this is the end of today's live shows. Goodbye, everyone.